It is. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. I'm excited for you.
I mean, I definitely am all in on this. Like, I'm putting all my financial resources into this.
Nostalgia or some feeling of loss. Now, this is, of course, after Christine's left and after my problems with Janelle, and Mary's problem started while we were here. But it was just like my memory still has us together in this space. And
I really don't get Janelle and Maddie's business plan. Like, at all. It's either ridiculously lazy or way too much work. There's no in between. They seem totally stuck in this weird middle ground, and somehow they ended up with a t-shirt business. I just can't see how this is going to last. The whole business model completely escapes me. But hey, at least they're doing better than my sister's wife's closet. So there's that. Now, if they're going for the agritourism thing, I guess it could work. There's this place near me where people can cut their own flowers and pet rabbits, and they make bank. Sure, places with hair rides and pumpkin patches are way bigger, but you can still make a decent living just being a farm people can show off in their Instagram stories. Honestly, it's probably better than some NLM scheme, so I'm all for supporting them. They're probably rolling in money with those t-shirts, even if I don't get the appeal. If Janelle can boost her income by selling flowers, more power to her. She wanted to get her hands dirty and grow things, and I think it's a great idea. Throw in a little gift shop with baked goods and honey, and you've got something nice going. Sunflower fields, definitely a must-have. People love taking pictures there, so good luck to her. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel reality Nexus X. Maddie and Caleb's wedding was absolutely stunning. Seriously, the amount of planning Maddie put into this day was on full display, and I'm genuinely jealous of how beautiful everything turned out. That being said, enter Kody. He gave us all the cringeworthy moments we never knew we needed. So in no particular order, here are the top 3. You're stunning. Don't be embarrassed if I stare. Oh, excuse me? This is your daughter, Kody. Can we please tone down the creed factor here? No one needs to hear how stunning you find her on her wedding day, and especially not with that weird, over-the-top, don't be embarrassed if I stare comment. Let's just not. When asked who gives this woman away, Kody responded with, I do, her father, Kody Brown. Wait, hold up. Since when does Janelle have no say in this? And seriously, Kody, if you feel the need to drop your full name for extra effect, maybe you should have included your middle name too. Just in case we weren't already clear on exactly who you are. Your father has just knighted you, now I'm gonna make you the king. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that one here for you to digest. Enough said. And don't even get me started on his whole sermon, which honestly felt more like a speech for a casual dinner than a wedding ceremony. He went on about Maddie's failure to thrive and near-death experience, and somehow made it all about himself before getting to the actual moment of her nuptials. Cringe central. Oh, and Meri shouting about the rings. Yeah, that was just the cherry on top of the awkwardness cake. So, to all the Sister Wives fans who watched the whole catfishing drama unfold in real time, has your opinion of what went down changed now that we know more about Kody and Meri's relationship at that time? I'm just so curious, not trying to start drama or anything. I wasn't watching the show back then, so my only perspective comes from the clips floating around online. But I get it. There are fans who saw the whole thing unfold like it was a slow-motion car crash. Now that we know what we know about Meri and Kody's relationship back then, I have to say, I feel a lot more sympathy for Meri. When Meri first started talking about the Sam situation, aka the catfish saga, I think a lot of people thought she was planning her dramatic exit. I remember feeling genuinely heartbroken for her, because even back then, it was clear that Kody was basically treating her like a ghost. I mean, the man was ignoring her in front of everyone. So honestly, I didn't judge Meri for looking for some kind of connection. She deserved love, and frankly, who could blame her for trying to get some attention? Then, of course, the whole thing spiraled into the never-ending catfish storyline. Instead of just owning up to the fact that she was emotionally checked out and started an affair because she was lonely, which, newsflash, happens, Meri leaned into the poor me routine. But here's the catch. The whole victim act is such a passive role. And surprise, surprise, bullies like Kody and Robyn love to kick a person when they're down to make themselves look better. I really hope Meri eventually realizes that it's way healthier to just admit she's a person who makes mistakes, instead of trying to live her whole life as the eternal victim, just waiting for everyone's forgiveness and approval. I'll be honest though, I get it. I felt for Meri too. She was in love with Kody, probably more than any of the other original 3 wives, and their relationship seemed to be the closest before Robyn showed up. But once Robyn came into the picture, Meri had to watch Kody obsess over her and essentially shut Meri out. Not to mention the cruel comments he made to her. Honestly, no wonder she cracked. What did she want? To feel beautiful, respected, and valued, you know, like every wife deserves to feel. And the catfish, as sick and twisted as it was, gave her that illusion. It's no wonder she got sucked in. The random assignment of names to the CP lots, Kody's latest tale of innocent chance. According to his version of events, as told through Crybros, he was just too busy to care, so he threw some names at the lots with absolutely no rhyme or reason. Sure, Kody, sure. And let's ignore the tiny detail that his name shows up on every single lot. Robyn's on 3, Janelle's on 2, and Meri. Well, she got half of one. Oh, no favoritism there, right? I mean, who wouldn't believe that's totally random? But wait, here's the kicker. Now, Kody won't even let them assess the lots. It's been, what, a year since the show filmed? So hopefully, someone took care of that by now. Seems like Janelle's the only one who isn't falling for Kody's nonsense and isn't about to get screwed over. Let's break this down. Kody's random pairing actually had a very clear strategy behind it. He strategically paired his favorite wives, Robyn, obviously, with the ones he was worried might bail. That way, if Christine or Meri ever decided to pack up and leave, at least the family would keep the most valuable properties. It was a calculated move, not some spur-of-the-moment decision. Kody may have fibbed about it, but there's no way it was actually random. Christine and Robyn, Janelle and Meri, they've had friction for years, so Kody stacked the deck, making sure he'd always be the final decision-maker in any property disputes. He probably never saw Janelle actually walking away for good, though. She always came back before, right? Everyone's been saying Kody picked the names, not just Robyn, but no surprise there. Robyn only has 2 lots, and her ownership is exactly the same as Janelle's. Meri has 1/3 of a lot, alongside Kody and Janelle, and Christine had 1/3 of a lot with Kody and Robyn. Those big lots? Yeah, they're twice the size of the smaller ones owned by Janelle and Kody or Robyn and Kody. So why put 3 names on them? Maybe because they're bigger? Who knows? But of course, once Christine removed her name from the other big lot, things shifted. But really, what could she do? Meri and Janelle were okay with it, so that's that. And just to head off anyone who might say otherwise, no, Robyn does not get Kody's share of Janelle's or Meri's lots if he dies or they divorce. Yes, Arizona's a community property state, but that doesn't mean spouses can't have separate property ownership. The deed language specifically excludes Robyn from those lots, and she even signed a disclaimer deed saying she has no claim to them. So nice try, but nope. Robyn, always full of surprises. While Meri was going on about the property, Robyn was busy tapping Kody on the hand with her pen, you know, just to keep him on track, because he's definitely the type who needs constant reminders. Then, in a moment of absolute honesty, Robyn claimed in her interview that she still hopes Janelle and Meri would build out there. Yeah, sure. Let's all just pretend that's what she really wants. The truth? She doesn't care about anyone building. What she wants is for everyone else to keep paying into the property, specifically for utilities, water, sewer, and for those pesky property lines to be redrawn. But the real kicker came when Kody, bless his oblivious heart, suggested selling the property to a contractor and splitting the money 4 ways. Suddenly, Robyn's tune changed. "I don't want to sell," she said, as if she hadn't been making it crystal clear earlier that this whole arrangement was about squeezing out as much as possible from everyone else's wallets. Clearly, Kody missed the memo on the conversation rules Robyn laid out before. Classic. Coyote Pass. Wouldn't it be fair to split the property 3 ways, not 4? I mean, Kody and Robyn are married. 1 income, 1 entity, right? So when it comes time to sell this property, it should be split between Meri, Janelle, and Kody and Robyn. The property's worth like $845,000, and it'd be nice to know how much each person actually put in. Like if Meri paid 37% of the cost, then she should get 37% of the land and 37% of the profit when it sells. Same goes for everyone else. That sounds fair, right? Oh, and don't even get me started on the McMansion. Same rules should apply there too. We'll probably find out the details when Christine finally decides to move into Kody's giant house. Spoiler alert, that's never going to happen. And let's not forget, Robyn contributed exactly nothing to the property. So guess what? She deserves exactly nothing back. I just don't get why Robyn thinks she's entitled to a piece of the property when she's been living off the other wives for years. If I were Meri or Janelle, I'd be demanding that the McMansion be factored into the deal if she expects a cut of Coyote Pass. After all, the family gave her the down payment. Seems like that's the only fair way to do it. Honestly, it's mind-blowing how passive Janelle and Meri are about reclaiming what's rightfully theirs. Robyn can have either the house or the property, but not both. Anything Kody owns. Yeah, that's hers too. And seriously, what does Kody think he's entitled to? It's honestly ridiculous. What is up with Kody acting like a marriage can exist without any romance or intimacy? Seriously, how does he think that's a marriage? He tells Janelle she was acting like she was single, but let's be real, he gave her 0 reason not to be independent. Meanwhile, with Robyn, he treats her like a helpless puppy who can't survive without him. And then there's Kody's confusion about why his kids are shut off when it comes to relationships. Oh, I wonder, could it have anything to do with the fact that his excuse during the coronavirus season for not showing up to important events was always something like, "I'm too busy"? Not moving your daughter into college? Seriously? Not being there for your daughter's major surgery? Come on, man. He insists he didn't want a divorce from Christine, but let's not forget, he treated her like dirt long before the cameras ever showed up. He's out here acting like it's all her fault, but everyone watching knows he single-handedly wrecked that marriage. Does he honestly think they were going to stay together forever? This guy told Meri that if she got another husband, he wouldn't be mad. Like what? Does Kody even watch the show? Because the level of self-awareness here is non-existent. It's honestly mind-blowing. The only person Kody truly cares about is, you guessed it, Kody. He loves the attention, the worship, being the center of it all. And when it comes to the women in his life, well, he manipulates, lies, withholds intimacy, and controls them with money. Classic Kody. The real reason Kody was upset when Christine left was that he lost control, not just over her, but over the kids by default. He'd already started losing touch with the older ones, and let's not forget, he always made the wives manage those relationships for him. He was scared of losing his cash cow of the show. The only reason their split was even remotely civil was because Christine had her house equity to trade for Coyote Pass. Janelle's exit wasn't much different from Christine's, but I loved how Kody thought a little smile and hug at Salsa Brava last season would fix everything. He really thought he could just charm her into taking him back. We all saw Christine's exit coming from a mile away, but Janelle? We got to watch Kody's face fall in real time as she rejected him. The look on his face was priceless, like he couldn't believe what was happening. His ego took a hit, and you know he's salty about it. Kody's only goal now seems to be punishing Janelle because he's embarrassed, and let's face it, none of Janelle's kids are exactly lining up to have a relationship with him. Kody honestly thought Christine and Janelle would stick around like Meri. He was shocked when they didn't. The only wife he was ready to let go of was Meri, because he checked out of that marriage almost a decade ago. He's over it. Am I the only one who notices that Kody has this magical ability to come up with these grand ideas, only to ditch them halfway through when the novelty wears off? Take, for example, the lights he strung up for the commitment ceremony. Sure, it started off strong, but before you knew it, he was over it, and his brother had to step in to finish the job. Then there was my sister-wives' closet, his big, bold idea that he was so excited about, until, surprise, he got bored and wanted to bail on that too. Oh, and Coyote Pass? His dream project. But once he had his precious McMansion, building anything on the land seemed like a distant memory. It's like he has the attention span of a gnat, and yet the OG3 and Sabin just dutifully follow along with whatever harebrained idea he dreams up next. There was actually an episode that touched on this. They said Kody tends to lose interest once the hype from his big ideas fades, which, shocker, is exactly what happens every time. They even did a deep dive on the wives and their own approach to projects. I remember they mentioned that Meri was a doer because, of course, someone has to be. I can't quite remember what the others said about themselves, but I'm sure they've each come to accept the fact that they're probably going to have to pick up the slack, too. Okay, so I'm a huge Sister Wives fan, like I've been hooked since season 15. But during my maternity leave, I decided to dive into the first 15 seasons. And let me tell you, I'm so confused by Meri's behavior in this whole catfishing drama. Yes, technically she was catfished, but let's not forget the reason she was even vulnerable to being catfished in the first place. She was looking for attention outside of her marriage. Seriously, does she expect everyone to just gloss over that? She's acting like a victim, but newsflash, she's not one. And what's even more baffling, she continues to bring up the whole thing, even dragging people onto the show to talk about their similar experiences. But the second Kody dares to ask her about it, she gets all dramatic like, seriously, I don't want to talk about this. I mean, what? It's like she doesn't even see the hypocrisy. This woman is straight up delusional. Honestly, I get why she wanted out of her marriage with Kody, and I have zero issue with her having an affair. I mean, whatever, do your thing. But let's not pretend like what she did wasn't cheating. And the way she still won't own it and just plays the victim card is honestly so off-putting. Can we just pause for a second and reflect on what she actually said? My affair partner turned out to be such an asterisk. Seriously, that's basically what she's saying. Look, we all get it. It's embarrassing. Her dirty laundry came out in full force, and she was forced to face it. Frankly, if she had any sense, that would have been the perfect time to walk away from the whole family. She could have struck a deal with TLC, told her side of the story honestly, and left the family drama behind. It would have made a whole lot more sense, and honestly, I'd rather have seen Meri living her best life in a new place, filming her journey solo, instead of hanging around with a family that's clearly over it. I mean, Kody and the wives just sat there staring at her like, okay, what do you want from us? It's all just exhausting. I never thought I'd feel bad for Kody, but here we are. Seriously, someone send help. There he is, hugging Meri goodbye, genuinely upset about losing his family. And me? I'm sitting here thinking, am I having a medical emergency? Is this what a stroke feels like? Look, let me just say up front, Kody is the worst. But here's the thing, when I was married, I spent almost every single day plotting my escape from my husband. Now that I've actually made my getaway, I can barely remember why I hated it so much, and all I do is cry. It's been years, too many, honestly. So yeah, that moment with Kody, it was raw emotion, hard to watch, impossible to understand, but real. And as much as it pains me to admit it, it's the one time in all of this Crazy Town drama that I could actually kind of relate to him. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.